Insomnia causes and how to protect your brain from them. Hey, welcome back to today's episode. Today we're going to talk about insomnia causes. And when it comes to bad sleep, there's many different things that can cause bad sleep, but there is one in particular that causes three specific things. First, it keeps you awake at night. It stops you from falling asleep, simply. Second, this insomnia cause also keeps you awake if you wake up at any point during the night. And also, if that's not enough, this insomnia cause, what it does, this motherfucker, if you start getting some good sleep here and there, maybe 3, even 4 nights of good sleep, you start thinking, I'm back in the game of good sleep. Then, if this little fucker, this insomnia cause, if it's still running things in your brain, it's gonna find a way to put you back to bad sleep once more. So, in today's episode, I'm gonna tell you exactly what an insomnia cause is so that you can protect yourself from it. I'm not just gonna tell you what it is, I'm gonna give you 3 different examples of the insomnia virus in action. And I call it a virus because it's kind of like a computer virus. If you have a virus in your computer and you try to remove it, what happens typically? It comes back. So, what I'm going to share with you today is not just talk about the virus, but how to install your very own antivirus program in your brain so that this virus does not bother you anymore. How does that sound? How does that sound, having an antivirus in your brain to protect you from bad sleep at night so that you have all the energy, all the productivity, and all the hours that you need and that you want during the day to do the things that you want? How does that sound? Does that sound like something you want to learn or something you would absolutely love learning about? I'm hearing a resounding yes there, so let's get started. And speaking of computer viruses, there is one character in particular in our sleep series that has been having trouble with sleep viruses, and that is Aaron. Aaron, the Batman of cybersecurity. The man working in the catacombs of the White House. And I have a little test for you right now. Which of the 3 ways in which Oasis has been keeping him awake, which do you think is the worst one? So Aaron has been kept awake in one of 3 ways. Oasis, the queen of misery and despair, she has put a literal virus inside Aaron's computer so that all the screens flashing before him when he is working, first, they started flashing in different colors, in bright reds, in bright yellows, and blues. Then the second thing that started happening was he started getting images on his computer screens. And finally, last time we met Aaron, he started getting messages, written words on his computer screens like, "You are weak." Which one of these 3 do you think is the worst one when it comes to bad sleep? Comment below. And we're going to talk about which one it is in just a moment because that relates to the virus that might be running things inside you as well. So, Aaron today is waking up from bed and he's feeling groggy as shit. He hasn't slept the last 24 hours. He hasn't slept a single minute the last 24 hours. And today, he gets up, he goes back to his computer screens. Now he's feeling, because all the stress from all these flashes has been giving him bad sleep the last couple of months. Now he's feeling as the weakest, smallest, most insecure version of himself. And today, Aaron just hopes, I just hope I don't get any more more flashes. And in that state when he's in his weakest and most smallest, that is when a woman called Miseria, or Wisest, she comes in through the door. And this time Aaron hears her. He turns around wildly. He goes, "Who are you? Who let you in?" And Wisest, the Queen of Misery, said, "Don't worry about that, my good friend Aaron. I am bringing good news." Good news? He gets confused. "Well, first of all, I have a little confession to make. You know all these flashes on your screen that have been causing you bad sleep?" "Yes," said Aaron. "Well, I've been kind of causing them." Aaron's eyes went wild. He went, "What do you mean we've been causing them?" "Yes, it's me. I'm the hacker." "Hacker? I'm not really a hacker actually, but yeah, it's me. Sorry." Then Aaron started laughing wildly. You could hear him, you could see his eyes going from red sleepless eyes to red mad eyes. You are joking. Who put you up to this?" Wiser said, "I don't have any time to deal with you, Aaron. I am a busy person, so I want you to direct your attention to your screens." Aaron directed his eyes towards his screens. Wiser snapped her fingers, and in that moment, every single screen flashed the same message: "You are weak." And then they all went black. And then they went black, and then they went up again with letters and numbers like nothing has happened. Aaron now slowly turned to Oasis and he said, "How have you done this? How? How? Doesn't matter how," said Oasis. "The fact is that I did. And as I said, I'm not here to cause you any more trouble. In fact, I'm here bringing good news. I am going to stop harassing you. I'm going to stop all these flashes. All I want from you is this: shut down all satellites responsible for Wi-Fi." See, Aaron, as the chief of cybersecurity, he had a failsafe built up in his computers. In the case of a hacker attack that he would not stop, in the worst case scenario, he could put a command in his computer and he would shut off all internet access in the world. And Aaron said that, "Oasis, you know what this means, right? If I do you know what this means?" "What does it mean?" "It means people won't have Wi-Fi." "That's not such a big deal, is it?" "Not such a big deal. That means no more security for people, no more security on their computers. That means no more Google. That means no more Netflix. That means no more YouTube. That means no more cat pictures online doing crazy shit. And also Instagram. No more pictures of food on plates. What are we gonna do if people can't see food on plates?" Joking aside, without Wi-Fi, that's kind of bad. "What's so bad?" was asking Oasis, and Aaron said, "Well, do you know how many people are going to lose their jobs without that?" That sounds exciting actually. They're gonna find a new job, right? But, no buts, said Oasis. "I want you to do this. Will you do this? Yes or no? And think, by the way, well before you say no to me." "Why?" said Aaron. "Well, if you say no, I'm going to go to the vice president and the president and I'm going to tell them exactly what you did." "What did I do?" "For the last 2 months, there has been an attack on your computer, a hacker cyber attack. Did you report that attack? And Aaron, this time he went silent. No, you did not report that attack. Why is that? Because you were weak, because you were ashamed of yourself, because you are the one who is supposed to be the big genius of handling cyber attacks, but you could not handle a cyber attack on your own computer. What a failure you are, said Oasis. But more importantly, you did not tell anybody. You swept things under the rug. What do you think they're gonna do if they found out what you did? Best case scenario, they're gonna fire you. Worst case scenario, they're going to treat you. They're probably gonna treat you as a hacker. Maybe they think that you are a hacker or a terrorist. And Aaron, he went silent. And here I want to ask you, have you ever felt really ashamed in your life? Like you really wanted to tell people about something that you did, or something that you hid, but because you felt ashamed, you could not do it. For me, it was when I let insomnia get so bad in my life that I had to go to a homeless shelter. And in that shelter, even though I needed help, I was so ashamed, I was so embarrassed with myself that when my parents would call me and ask me, hey, how are things going for you? I would tell them, everything is going well. There's no problems. Where are you calling from? I'm calling from my place. I'm calling from near my apartment. I'm definitely not sleeping in a room with anywhere between 5 and 10 people drunk, snoring in the night, keeping me awake. I'm definitely not doing that. And even though today I am grateful for having gone through that homeless shelter and having to sleep with 5 to 10 people during the night snoring, that finally showed me how to get a normal, restful sleep myself, but I was ashamed. So I want to ask you, have you felt like that in your life? Maybe it was a shame in your relationships, maybe it was a shame in your job, in your business, and it was something that it was always at the back of your mind and it kept you thinking about it, maybe even kept you awake some nights, but you felt so ashamed that you just could not tell people about it. Well, what I can tell you is, one, that is how Aaron is feeling right now, and two, once you share about it, which is what I'm doing right now, for me, honesty has become one of my highest values. And that's why I'm sharing this online with the world. And Aaron, he's feeling like that as well right now. So Oasis is again looking at him. She says, so Aaron, make a choice. Say yes. Stop. Put the command in your computer that will shut off all the satellites up in the sky and will shut down the Wi-Fi internet access on people's devices. Or say no to me, and then I will not just tell your bosses what you've done, but I will keep harassing you. You will never be able to get on a device without me attacking it. So, which one it's gonna be? And before we find out what Aaron's decision is gonna be, let's talk about this insomnia cause, the one that might be putting you to bad sleep, and that's putting Aaron to bad sleep as well. This insomnia cause, it has 3 words. And this virus, its name is 3 words: negative thought, paths. So our thought paths, meaning the thoughts that we say to ourselves most often, they are like commands, like codes, like strings of code that we put into a computer. What happens when you put a command into a computer? When you press, when you want to send a message and you press enter, what happens? The message gets sent. The computer does not judge if the message is positive or if it's a hateful message. It does not judge, it simply puts it in. You press a button, it executes the command. Our brain is exactly like a computer in that regard. Whatever thoughts we have most often, our brain executes on those thoughts. So, you can think of it when it comes to your sleep as two branching pathways. To this side, we have negative thought paths that lead to bad sleep. On this side, we have positive thought paths that lead to good sleep. Now, what happens is when you have insomnia, when you have bad sleep, you are more inclined to go to negative thought paths. In your brain, it's almost like there is a virus program running all day long, during the day and at night when you go to sleep, that is directing you to go to bad sleep. What we want to do is install an antivirus program so you don't go left to bad sleep, but instead you go to the right to good sleep at night and having the energy and the time you need to do the things that you want to do during the day. And that is exactly what I'm going to show you how you can do for yourself as well in just a few minutes. And now I'm going to give you two more examples of this virus program in action, so that the better you understand how this works, the better you will know how to protect yourself from it. So, two more examples. I want you to imagine now it's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since the world have been put into the no man zone, to the no Wi-Fi zone. And we're going into the home, into the one-bedroom apartment of a man called Kenneth. Kenneth is a copywriter. He's just become a copywriter, writing words on his computer that would make him money. But because he hasn't been having any internet access, he cannot do his job, which means he is not getting any money. He's not doing anything. And this man right now, he is in bed and he's thinking to himself, the virus program that is starting to run inside his brain is going something along the lines of, I spent a whole year working, getting good at becoming a copywriter, and now I cannot make any money. How am I going to pay my rent? I am 24 years old, I cannot even pay my rent. I am a failure. I am a failure. And Kenneth was running that path, running that negative thought path over and over and over that night, that virus spinning inside his head. Then we have Sam. Sam is a closer. He used to close people for $2,000 deal packages, and he was amazing at it. He thought he would close anybody, but ever since his Wi-Fi was shut down, for the last 14 days he could not close anyone. He was getting rejected. People said no flat out to him. And now, it's 2 weeks later, Sam is laying in bed and is thinking to himself, the thought pathway running there in his mind is, I cannot close anybody. What is going on? All the closes I made before, did I just got lucky? I just got lucky, didn't I? I'm not good at my job, really. I am a liar. I am a fake. And people now know that. And he was running that negative thought path, that virus. Sam was running it through his mind, and Kenneth was working it through his mind also. And millions of people around the world were having those negative thought pathways running in their brain. And as a result, that night, many people did not fall asleep. What does that mean for our series, for the grand finale coming up of season 2? Well, tune in just a minute. A minute or two. I'm gonna tell you about what's coming up next for the finale of our season, about what's coming up in our next episodes. But before we go there, let me tell you about how to install your own antivirus program so that you can protect yourself from this virus that might have been running things around your brain, pushing you to bad sleep instead of good sleep. So now let's talk about how you can install your own very own antivirus program against this virus over here. So as we mentioned, whenever you're thinking thoughts like, I am not going to sleep, I cannot fall asleep right before bed, I'm going to feel like shit tomorrow, I fear my insomnia will return tonight and I might have it forever. Whenever you have things like that going through your mind, it is this virus just running over and over in your brain. So what we want to do is this. Instead of all these thoughts, we simply want to replace them with these 4 words. I accept all outcomes. Why does that work? Well, at night, your amygdala is vigilant. It tries to sense any danger. And whenever you think to yourself, I am not going to sleep, I cannot fall asleep, the amygdala triggers and it thinks, oh, you think you're not gonna sleep? Okay, that means there must be something dangerous coming up. Let me keep you awake so that we make sure you stay alive. On the flip side, when you say to yourself, I accept all outcomes, meaning you accept, hey, maybe I have a good night's sleep and that's perfectly fine, that's great, but maybe I wake up, maybe I don't sleep too well, and I accept that. I am totally okay with that. I accept that outcome. When you do that, your amygdala goes, oh, so bad sleep, you do accept it. That's not that bad. It's not dangerous. You are not in danger. Okay, then I'm not gonna keep you awake. Have a good night. And then your amygdala goes silent. And when your amygdala is silent, that is when you can fall asleep as well. So, do this. Do this tonight. Say to yourself when you go to sleep and you catch yourself thinking, I'm a bad sleeper, I'm not gonna fall asleep, I'm gonna have trouble sleeping again, how I'm gonna wake up. Just don't fight it. Take a deep breath in, relax your body and say to yourself, I accept all outcomes. And when you do that, I cannot guarantee you're gonna fall asleep that first night, but keep doing it. Even if you don't fall asleep the first night, you're gonna feel a sense of relaxation and ease just wash through your entire body as you say that to yourself over and over again. Say it for a minute or so, or even just 5-10 times at night. And keep doing it. Keep doing it for at least a few days. And tell me how it makes you feel. Comment down below. How does it make you feel at night when you, if you commit to this, if you actually go with this? What I can tell you is if you genuinely accept, all outcomes, whether it's good sleep or bad sleep, if it's not just a thought pathway, but it's something that you genuinely, truly accept, then you fall asleep. That's what happens. And a thought pathway is just one of the best ways to do that. So, thank you today so much for hanging out with me. I hope you got some good value out of today's episode. And now, let's go to preview of sleep. So in the next episode, we're gonna see two interesting things coming up for our grand finale. One, first, Somnus, the king of sleep. Imagine him in his kingdom. He's lying on a bed, and typically Somnus has this very youthful, very young-looking face. Now his face looks like a 1,000-year-old man. He has 1,000... What do you call them? Man, I forgot the word I wanted to say. Let's say his face looks like a face that would look like if it was 1,000 years old. And he's lying on a bed and he looks very weak and almost like somebody who is about to die. And then, in a different place, we have Oasis and Morpheus, the king of dreams, and they're talking. Oasis is telling Morpheus, I have put your dad, I have put the king of sleep on a deathbed, and I can push him. He just needs a little nudge for me to push him to death, and he would stop existing. However, I want to make a deal with you instead. What do you say? What is Morpheus gonna say? What type of deal, more importantly, what type of deal does Oasis wanna make with Dream? Is Dream gonna say yes? And can Oasis actually, if she wanted to, can she actually kill the king of sleep, Dream? The king of sleep, Somnus? And if she does, what would that mean for humanity? Does that mean no sleep at all? Well, tune in next time to find out what happens. I will see you very soon.